Good day, viewers. Welcome to another biology presentation. This is your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. So right here with me, I've got a question that is coming from biology paper 2 from 2002. Okay, this is a question that came in section B. So let us look at the questions. So here we have two questions, question A and question B. So question A reads, explain the following using specific examples of drugs. A1, a stimulant. A2, a depressant. So each of these questions, they are carrying 3 marks each. Question B, 1, why is it not easy to give up smoking? Carrying 3 marks as well. Question B2, explain how cigarette smoke can cause coronary heart disease. It's also carrying 3 marks. So let's see how we can answer these questions. Alright, so let us start with question A1. They want us to explain the meaning of the following, which is a stimulant, and we give specific examples of drugs. So a stimulant is any drug that excites the central nervous system. It increases alertness and stops fatigue. Or you can define a stimulant as any drug that stimulates the central nervous system. Okay, so examples of these drugs, we have caffeine, cocaine, and nicotine. These are examples of stimulant drugs. So we have said a stimulant is any drug that excites the central nervous system, increases alertness, and stops fatigue. Examples of stimulants are caffeine, cocaine, and nicotine. So this is what a stimulant is. Okay, so no wonder we find that people are involved in sports once they are taking in these stimulants drugs, because they are considered to be illegal. It gives them advantage to be able to perform in sports. Okay, maybe not to get charged too early and other things. So they are even banned from sports once they are caught. So we now move on to another question, which is question A2. So question A2, they want us to explain what a depressant drug is. So a depressant is just any drug that reduces the activity of the central nervous system, or we can say a depressant drug is a drug that decreases the transmission of an impulse to the central nervous system. So examples of depressant drugs, we have alcohol and heroin. These are examples of depressant drugs. So we have said a depressant drug is any drug that reduces the activity of the central nervous system. For example, alcohol and heroin. These are examples of what? Depressant drugs. So we are done answering question A. We now move on to question B. So our question B reads, why is it not easy to give up smoking? Why is it not easy to give up smoking? And this question is carrying 3 marks. Okay, so we must know that it's not easy to give up smoking, because most smokers, they become addicted to the nicotine that is contained in tobacco products. So this means that people who smoke, in that cigarette smoke, there is a substance that is called nicotine. So this makes it very difficult for such people to give up what? Smoking. So what happens is that after smoking, this nicotine that is contained in cigarette smoke, it finds its way into the lungs, and then it is absorbed into the bloodstream and travels with the blood to the brain. And when this happens, it triggers a chemical that is called dopamine in the brain. And this chemical now, it creates a pleasurable sensation that makes it very difficult for people to stop what? Smoking. They become dependent and addictive to this what? Feeling. They become very excited. Okay, so here we have said it is not easy to give up smoking, because most smokers, become addicted to the nicotine contained in tobacco products. After smoking, the nicotine contained in cigarettes finds its ways into the lungs, then it is absorbed into the bloodstream and travels with the blood to the brain. And this triggers the release of a chemical called dopamine in the brain, creating pleasurable sensations that makes it hard to stop. So this is why um, smokers don't find it easy to smoke. Okay, so we have answered our question B1. Let us now move on to our question B2. So here is our question B2. Our question B2 reads, explain how cigarette smoke can cause coronary heart diseases. So coronary heart diseases, this is just the blockage of coronary arteries. Okay, so how can cigarette smoke cause coronary heart disease? So we must know that cigarette smoke contains a stimulant called nicotine. So when this nicotine is inhaled into the body, or when it is taken into the body, it tends to promote the accumulation of cholesterol in the blood. So when there is too much cholesterol in the blood, it results in the constriction of the arteries and reduction in blood vessels. So this means that the arteries, they become narrow. Hence, when blood is flowing, it becomes very difficult to flow at a normal rate, and this will cause heart diseases or coronary heart disease. Okay, so here we have said cigarette smoke contains a stimulant called nicotine, which tends to promote the accumulation of cholesterol in the blood. This results in constriction of arteries and reduction in blood vessels. So constriction of arteries simply means the arteries will become narrow. They will become small, making it difficult for the flow of what? Blood. And this will result in what? In having a condition called coronary heart disease, because there are too many fat materials that are blocking the what? The arteries. So thank you so much, everybody. Come to the end of our lesson. This has been your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. Bye bye.